All right, what's going on, guys? This is Leo. I showed a video, the previous video I just made today was of our rookie that's learning how to run an angle. He ran that, I reran it, and he dug in the other side of the angle, so we're gonna have a little bit of point up on that one once we sand it. We might be able to sand it out, but I don't know. Anyway, so I'm simply doing my final coat of my angles. And in these videos, I'm trying to show you guys a complete process of finishing the tape, the second coat, and the third coat. Well, I have one more video to do for the flats and the butt joints on the third coat by hand. And right now I'm running angles by hand. This house is 280 sheets. And you'll see, I take, in the pan, I take that much mud, and I want a nice angle right here on the knife. So when I lay it up there, I'm laying it on that angle, and then I'm slowly bringing the knife down, okay? And I'm keeping this knife exactly 90 degrees to the wall. I don't want to cut into that side. On the previous video, we saw Tyler cut into the other side of the angle, which created a divot and dug out mud, as our muds are soft. Now, I'm not doing this very fast. This is a 9-foot ceiling. I'm cutting my edge with about the middle of my knife, and I'm angling. If you notice, I'm angling my knife inwards towards the angle, because I'm pushing mud back towards that side of the angle. Now I'm going to smooth it out, and I'm not pushing hard. Now you see this little light spot right here? If you can see that, that's going to sand through when you sand that angle. You want it consistent and even. So I added a little bit more mud. I cut the angle, and then I find you find the right spot for this. Okay, so if I do this right here, okay, that makes the angle really nice. Now, if I lay my angle down too much, or my knife down too much like this, watch this. And I'm pushing, it pushes out one side. And as I go down, you're gonna get a little edge. If you lay your knife down too much like this, a lot of guys do that when they're new. Now you see, I left that in the middle of the angle, and there's a little edge. You can't tell, but if you look right here, you're gonna get a lot of that, okay? So you hold your knife out a little bit, not hard pressure. And your knife should do the work for you. Now you can practice a few times. You don't want to leave this. You see this? That makes for hard sanding. So again, I'm not pushing hard. Now I'm going to ease it up the angle like this. And I have no edge. And I have nothing on the other side. I'm letting the knife do the work. Now, the reason I started right here to this video is because I've got a corner bead. And this is all 9 foot. I'm 6'5". I'm gonna stand up on the bucket. We're gonna do this corner, okay? A lot of guys would just get up on stilts and do this, but I like to run these all the way to the ceiling, okay? And the reason I do is because when I come back in an hour or so, the top corner is gonna be set up. Right now, I'm going to run one past the corner bead because I want you to see how to come around the corner bead and make perfect corners on the outside. When you go into a house, you can see there's a lot of times little divots here and such like that. So what I'll do, same cut, I'm using the same motion. I'm simply moving my wrist to make the mud come out evenly. And I want to go past that corner a little bit. Okay? Cut the edge, and then I want to make sure this three-way is really full in the corner, and I don't want to leave that. That is a rookie mistake. That is hard sanded. Now granted, this mud's a little soft. It's Proform Blue Lid, which makes it a little easier to sand, but you don't want to leave that. It's just more time. Now you see I got goobers here on this corner bead. I'm going to go real light and cut them off. Okay? And then I'm going to come across one more time. And I want that corner perfect. So I have a little extra, just a little bit extra to sand there. But when you walk into this house after it's sanded, that corner is going to be perfect. Now when I'm coming back on my stilts, I'll run actually all the ceiling angles in 9 foot. I was just doing this example here. Now if I'm doing a three-way, I'll step up and I'll start here, and I'll show you guys something that drives a lot of people crazy. as I'm running this. Now, on the downside, it's a little harder. The mud squishes a little bit, but you want to keep basically the same theory, the same angles on the knife out a little bit when you're cutting, and not laid completely down. Laid completely down, mud squishes out from both sides of your knife typically. What I want to do is you want to try to find that angle of your blade so you're actually kind of pushing the mud even across the angle. Okay? Now, here's something a lot of finishers leave. Look at that corner up there. I want you to zoom in on that corner. You see that corner? This dig mark right here, okay? A lot of people leave. So what I'm gonna do is take it out right now. Okay, I'm gonna make sure it's full. And then I'm gonna pull this one last. Okay? Now, I will leave a little mark in there. Even you have to sand something, but it's not gonna be those giant dig marks that you saw earlier that are hard as hell to sand out. Basically, you want it pretty easy. Now, if you look at this angle over here, okay, we ran this corner bead this morning, and I'm gonna take it out, and if you see how I ran this angle past, it's got an edge where I ran the sealing angle past it. Now this one here, I'm simply gonna come out and we're gonna make it flat. Cut your edge. Have the knife at the right angle. Do not lay it down too much. You wanna actually let the blade do the work. Okay? Now I've got a little bit of wet mud from the corner bead up in there, but I'm gonna clean my knife off, do one more wipe. Now I'm gonna leave that little bit right there to sand. It's not that much. But that's how all your angles should look in a house when you're done. All right, you guys have a good day, and hopefully you learned something. Thank you.